Everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. If you're new here, if you love guns, if you believe our Second Amendment should not be infringed on, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the bell. So, clearly we talk a lot about the Second Amendment on this show. There's a reason why we do that. It's because without guns, I truly believe that our government would become extremely tyrannical. Now, they're already at that point, but what I mean by extremely tyrannical is something like North Korea. Every household has to have a portrait of Biden on the wall, and if there's a fire, you go to protect that first instead of your kids, type of tyrannical. But now they're really starting to show their true colors as far as what their goal is and how they're willing to get there. There's a senator out there, Chris Murphy from Connecticut. Yes, he's a Democrat. He decided to go on a show the other day, and he threatened our Supreme Court. Yes, he threatened them. He said that if they do not allow Congress to pass gun control, they're going to have a popular revolt. Now, revolt is a pretty extreme word to use in a situation like that. What are you going to do? You're going to go into the Supreme Court with a gun and just tell them all, you have to do this or else? Or are you going to take to the streets and have a nice parade with all of the mothers from this group?
Executive orders asking Governor Polis to ban all guns and then implement a buyback program.
And I really believe, in every fiber of my being, that this is something that we can do.
Right now, today, I live in a home with guns. So I am a walking contradiction, if you will, and I'm happy to be honest about that.
Guys, what are we doing? I'm so tired of this. We have so many major issues in this country. Has anyone seen our border? Yet we are spending this much time on something that is in our Constitution. That is absolute. Shall not be infringed. Now I want y'all to have that in your brain when I play this for y'all. Because this is what I mean when these people think that, I don't know, they got a new world order calling, that Senator Chris Murphy is more intelligent, more important, and more of a decision maker for all of us compared to the people who founded this country. But we'll give him his 3 minutes here.
Hey, there's just not much you could do because of the Second Amendment, this absolutist version and interpretation of the Second Amendment. Given that we have a court system, that this is what it's going to be, how do you tackle gun regulation under this environment? Do you go for a constitutional amendment, or do you just hope judges' philosophies change over the next generation?
Right now, the Supreme Court has made it clear, under the Heller decision, which still controls, they say there's a right to private gun ownership, but there is also an ability for Congress to regulate who owns weapons and what kind of weapons are owned.
I believe that should be struck down. Let's think about this from a very base level here, because that's what most of you senators and Congress people need. You are not special. You are not some godsend for all of us. You are a human being, and I am tired of other human beings making decisions on my behalf. Unless I've got Alzheimer's or dementia, I don't need another person helping me. I know what's best for me and my family. That should be the extent of what happens as far as our guns in this country. How many times do you think cops pull up on a crime scene where a gun was used and they say, oh my God, this is the 4,000th suppressor we found this week. Thank God the NFA is doing something. No, they don't find them. It's literally a non-issue in this country. Suppressors are a non-issue. They have nothing to do with crime. Yet, they're managed under the NFA. Why? Because some dumbass got a wild hair up his ass and introduced it, and everybody just like, oh, yeah, oh my God, yes. No, we don't need it. It's stupid. Continue, Chris.
I think we have to continue to operate under that construct, and I really see progress, right? We broke a 30-year logjam last year by passing the first major gun safety initiative. Mm-hmm. You're seeing Republican states like Tennessee looking at red flag laws, Texas considering raising the age to buy assault weapons.
I mean, listen to how he sounds. Oh man, red states like Tennessee, they're passing red flag laws. A red flag law is gun confiscation. Literally. Someone calls and says, oh no, I don't know if this person's good for society. Then it's on the cops to decide whether or not they want to go take their guns. And maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe I don't know, they want to be a savior, something?
I think our movement is in a position to win. Does it worry me what some of these district courts are doing? Absolutely. But right now, I think our focus has got to be growing the movement and continuing to capitalize on the progress of last year.
But it does sound like you got to do it within the construct of, look, you're probably not going to be able to regulate much having to do with access to the gun by anybody over 18.
Well, listen, if the Supreme Court eventually says that states or the Congress can't pass universal background checks or can't take these assault weapons off the streets, I think there's going to be a popular revolt over that policy. A court that's already pretty illegitimate is going to be in full crisis mode.
Oh my God, dude. Okay. Well, let's try to just unpack what you just said. What do you mean by popular revolt? This isn't China. This isn't North Korea. This isn't Australia. This isn't New Zealand. This isn't Serbia, where they just took all of their guns away. This is the United States of America. Oh, and this isn't Canada either. Can't forget them with all the crap that's going on up there. You know how people are saying that they identify with crap nowadays? Guess what? Our country, the Statue of Liberty, our founding fathers, they identify as gun owners. It's a part of our DNA. This is just a glimpse into what the thought processes of these people. They do not care about us. They do not care about our rights. And that's really the only thing that we have in this country. Otherwise, it's North Korea. It's no different than anywhere else, except it's just in a different place in the world. If these people had the chance, they would try to confiscate all of our guns. That's why they're so important. Our guns are the only thing that are keeping America somewhat like America. But they keep leaving our borders open for however long they feel like. It's not going to be America. The whole country is going to look like San Francisco.